This is a takeover. Wall Street and the ASX now at our fingertips with this right here.
Well, thank you for joining us on the NAB AFL Mid-Season Rookie Draft. If you are just joining us, we're about to kick off things in terms of selections. The Eagles, they have the #1 pick.
It's actually been a busy little period. It's a unique draft in that obviously there's a lot of guys who might be playing good footy but are not necessarily eligible, so you have to work through who is eligible under the rules, and then it's a shorter lead-up period to a normal draft as well, so you don't quite get to see them as much. You really have to focus in on the games that they play in the lead-up. They've improved rapidly, a lot of them, and playing different roles. We think they've shown some good signs, and we're hopeful that there's some good talent there to pick from. We think we'll probably only have one selection. We'll work through that as the draft goes on and make that decision. There's a few factors. Obviously, we've had a number of guys out injured during the course of the year. We don't want to rule them out coming back at the end of the year, so if we can leave one spot open for any of our guys that progress from their injuries and are able to come back and play, we'd like to give them that opportunity. We'll default towards talent, as we normally do. It's a little bit of a unique situation that we're not having to wait for others to select, and we think that gives us some good opportunity to match up the talent with the list need.
Cal, what can we expect here with this first selection?
I mean, all the talk has been around Jai Culley, and for good reason. Look, the Eagles have had that big call to make because this is their first #1 pick, I think, in any draft since Michael Gardner a long, long time ago, the previous century. So it's been a long time between drinks, and they've been doing the interview rounds. Everyone you speak to, they've spoken to. So it's been a thorough process, and soon we'll get the result on what they land on.
Good evening and welcome to the 2022 NAB Mid-Season Rookie Draft. Each club will be permitted a maximum of 2 minutes to make their selection, and no additional time will be allowed. West Coast, you're on the clock.
I suppose the silver lining of not having the best season is you get to pick first and get to pick the player we wanted. Player number 719925, Jai Culley, Dandenong Stingrays.
Thank you.
All right, I can tell you, with pick 1, the West Coast Eagles have selected Jai Culley.
It's a great result for him from the Dandenong Stingrays, and he goes to the West Coast Eagles Footy Club, and I don't think he'll be playing straight away, but boy, it won't be too long because he's had a fantastic season.
I think with Jai, he's really shown some outstanding improvement in the first half of the year. He's moved into the midfield, whereas last year he was mainly a forward, and that's really allowed him to showcase the full extent of his talent. He's a terrific size for a midfielder at around 193 centimetres, a big strong boy who can go forward and take a mark and kick a goal as well. He had an outstanding game a few weeks ago for the Young Guns in Victoria, where he got high possessions and kicked 4 goals. The fact that he can play midfield and also as a forward and have that versatility at his size is a real bonus.
Since the start of the season, been watching him really closely. He's been sort of in and out of games because of his shoulder, but what we did see we really liked. Just didn't really pick him to play straight away, but hopefully joins the team soon, has a couple of good weeks, probably play a bit of waffle first, and then we'll see how we go from there. With
all of these boys, we need to just give them a little bit of time to pick up the tempo of playing senior footy. If he does that, it'll be a nice bonus, but we just need to introduce him through the waffle system and let him improve at his own rate. And it's a real credit to him. He does a lot of work off field on his game, both physically and mentally. He does some extra skill work away on his own. And he's taken on a lot of advice from people along the way and really put it into good practice. And with him moving into the midfield and doing all that extra work, it's allowed him to grow his game very quickly. So he'll come across in the next few days, spend a bit of time around the team, and then he'll do a 4 weeks training with us next week, and assuming everything goes right, he'll play waffle the week after.
This is a takeover. Wall Street and the ASX now at our fingertips with this right here.